Fear, we all know it. It's a universal language. It whispers doubts and magnifies uncertainties. Fear can be crippling, holding us back from our true potential, but we don't have to let it control us. Life is full of challenges. Unexpected situations arise. It's easy to get caught in a cycle of worry and anxiety, but there's a powerful force that can break us free: faith. Faith is not the absence of fear, but the decision to trust in something greater than our fear. It's believing in God's love and power even when we can't see the way forward. In this essay, we'll explore practical ways to overcome fear and embrace a life of courage. We'll draw inspiration from the teachings of Joyce Meyer, a renowned Bible teacher and author who has helped millions find freedom from fear. Fear can paralyze us. It whispers, "What if?" It magnifies our doubts and insecurities. It keeps us stuck in our comfort zones, preventing us from pursuing our dreams. Fear can manifest in many ways. It might be the fear of failure, the fear of rejection, or the fear of the unknown. It can affect our relationships, our careers, and our overall well-being. When we allow fear to dictate our decisions, we give it power over our lives. We miss out on opportunities. We settle for less than God's best for us. We become prisoners of our own making. But there is hope. We are not meant to live in fear. God has a plan for our lives, a plan filled with hope and a future. Joyce Meyer, in her powerful teachings, emphasizes that faith is the antidote to fear. She believes that fear is one of the most potent weapons the enemy uses against us, but faith can dismantle it. Faith, she says, is not about ignoring our problems or pretending everything is perfect. Instead, it is about acknowledging our challenges and still choosing to trust in God's plan and His timing. It's about choosing to trust in God's goodness and power, even when we don't understand our circumstances. This trust is not blind, but is built on the foundation of God's promises and His past faithfulness. Fear is a spirit, Joyce often says. It is a spirit that seeks to paralyze us and keep us from moving forward in our lives. And the Bible tells us to resist the devil, and he will flee from us. This resistance is not passive, but requires active engagement with God's word and His truth. When we choose faith over fear, we are actively resisting the enemy's attempts to keep us bound. This choice empowers us to break free from the chains of fear and step into the freedom that God offers. Joyce encourages us to replace fearful thoughts with God's promises. She suggests that we write down these promises and meditate on them daily. His word is filled with verses that speak of His love, His protection, and His plan for our lives. These verses serve as a constant reminder of His unwavering commitment to us. When fear knocks, we can answer with God's truth. This truth is our shield and our defense against the lies that fear tries to tell us. This concept of replacing fear with faith is transformative. It changes our perspective and helps us to see our situations through the lens of God's power and love. It shifts our focus from our problems to God's power. This shift is crucial because it allows us to see beyond our immediate circumstances and trust in God's greater plan. It allows us to walk in confidence, knowing that we are not alone in our struggles. With faith, we can face any challenge, knowing that God is with us every step of the way. The first step to overcoming fear is acknowledging it. What are you afraid of? Be honest with yourself. Write down your fears, no matter how big or small they seem. Once you've identified your fears, take them to God in prayer. Talk to Him about how you're feeling. Ask for His help in overcoming them. Remember, you don't have to face your fears alone. God is with you every step of the way. He promises to never leave you nor forsake you. Section 5, Practical Steps to Conquer Fear, Walking by Faith. Overcoming fear is a journey, not a destination. It's a continuous process that requires patience, perseverance, and a lot of faith. It's a process of replacing fear-based thoughts with faith-filled ones. This transformation doesn't happen overnight, but with consistent effort, it becomes a natural part of your life. Here are some practical steps you can take to walk by faith and conquer your fears. First, immerse yourself in God's Word. The Bible is a treasure trove of wisdom and comfort. The Bible is filled with verses that speak of God's love, peace, and power. These verses can be your anchor in times of fear and uncertainty. Meditate on these verses daily. Let them sink deep into your heart and mind. Write them down and keep them close. Place them where you can see them often. Pray consistently, making it a daily habit. Talk to God about your fears. Be honest and open with Him. Ask for His guidance and strength. Trust that He hears you and will provide what you need. Prayer is our lifeline to God. It keeps us connected to His power and presence. It is through prayer that we find peace and reassurance. Surround yourself with positive influences. The people you spend time with can greatly impact your mindset. Spend time with people who uplift and encourage you. Their positive energy can help you stay focused on your faith. Avoid those who fuel your fears or negativity. It's important to protect your mental and emotional well-being. Take action despite your fear. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to move forward in spite of it. Don't let fear paralyze you. Break free from its chains and move forward with determination. Step out in faith, even if it's just a small step. Each small step is a victory in itself. Every step you take in faith builds your confidence. Celebrate your progress and keep moving forward. Section 6. The power of positive declarations, speaking life into your situation. Words are powerful. They have the power to build up or tear down. When we speak negative words, we give life to our fears. But when we speak God's promises, we invite His power into our situations. Start speaking positive declarations over your life. Instead of saying, "I'm afraid I'm going to fail," declare, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." Positive declarations are not about denying reality. They are about shifting our focus from the problem to God's promises. They are about aligning our words with God's word. Section 7, trusting God's plan, embracing the unknown with confidence. One of the biggest challenges in overcoming fear is trusting God's plan when we can't see the bigger picture. We want to be in control. We want to know what's going to happen next. But God doesn't always reveal His plans to us. He asks us to trust Him. Trusting God means surrendering our need for control. It means believing that He knows what's best for us, even when we don't understand. It means having faith that He will work all things together for our good. My journey of faith over fear, a personal testimony. This is a story of how I overcame the darkest moments of my life by leaning on faith and finding strength in the teachings that guided me. I remember a time in my life when I was consumed by fear. It felt like a heavy cloud hanging over me, making it hard to see any light or hope. I was facing a challenging situation, and I couldn't see a way out. Every path seemed blocked, and every decision felt fraught with uncertainty. I was overwhelmed with anxiety and worry. The constant gnawing at my peace made it difficult to focus on anything else. But then I remembered the teachings of Joyce Meyer and the importance of faith. Her words reminded me that faith is not just a feeling, but a choice to trust in something greater than myself. I began to pray and ask God for His help. I poured out my heart, seeking His guidance and strength to navigate through the storm. I started speaking His promises over my situation. I declared His words of hope and assurance, believing that He had a plan for me. I chose to trust Him even though I didn't understand what He was doing. It wasn't easy. There were moments of doubt and fear, but I held on to my faith. There were days when fear threatened to overwhelm me. The shadows of doubt would creep in, making me question if I could truly overcome. But I held on to God's promises. I clung to the hope that He was with me, even in the darkest moments. I continued to pray and speak His word. Each prayer, each declaration was a step towards reclaiming my peace and strength. Slowly but surely, I began to experience God's peace. It was a peace that transcended my understanding, a calm in the midst of the storm. He didn't necessarily change my circumstances, but He changed me. He transformed my heart and mind, giving me a new perspective. He gave me the strength and courage to face my fears. With His help, I found the resilience to keep moving forward. He showed me that He was with me every step of the way. Through every trial and triumph, His presence was my constant companion, guiding me towards a brighter future. You're not alone, finding strength in God's promises. If you're struggling with fear, I want to encourage you. You are not alone. God is with you. He understands your fears. He wants to set you free. Remember His promises. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Isaiah 41:10. Peace I leave with you. My peace I give to you. Not as the world gives, do I give to you. Let not your hearts be troubled, neither let them be afraid. John 14:27. For God gave us a spirit not of fear, but of power and love and self-control. 2 Timothy 1:7. Taking the first step. Embracing a life of courage. Living a life of faith over fear is a choice. It's a daily decision to trust God more than our fears. It's about taking one step at a time, even when we're afraid. What is one step you can take today to confront your fears? Maybe it's reading a passage from the Bible, talking to a trusted friend or mentor, or simply taking a few moments to pray. Remember, every step you take in faith is a victory. Don't be afraid to take that first step. God is with you and He will never let you go. Conclusion. Walking in faith, living in freedom. Fear is a powerful force, but faith is even stronger. When we choose to walk by faith, we open ourselves up to a life of freedom and abundance. We break free from the chains of fear and step into the fullness of God's plan for our lives. As we apply the principles we've discussed, we can experience the transformative power of faith. We can move forward with courage, knowing that we are not alone. We can face our fears, knowing that God is with us every step of the way. Choose faith over fear and embrace the life of freedom and victory that God has for you.